Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you guys are doing well. So this is the first video I filmed in about 2 weeks, actually. Yeah, all the stuff that you've been seeing, that was filmed in the past. This is being filmed right now, it's still in the past because you're watching this in the future. But yeah, I got the COVID, and so that took me out of commission for a little bit. Also knocked my nose out of commission. I couldn't smell anything. Thought about doing a video actually in the throes of my sickness. 10 fragrances that I'm trying to smell while I have COVID, something like that. But it would have ended up something like this, spray. Nah, nothing. So I don't know if you guys have come down with COVID. I mean, obviously a lot of you have. I'm assuming some of you have not, but I was one of the ones that couldn't smell anything, like at all. And I tested it. Trust me, I tested it. I grabbed some heavy hitters. I sprayed those out heavily, and it was like nothing. It was like nothing was there. But thankfully, time has gone by, and now I can smell once again. And today, I want to talk to you guys about a fragrance that I got in here recently that I've been giving a little bit of wear. So essentially, this is a first impressions. It is Davidoff Cool Water Reborn. Yes, Cool Water has come back to life. It has been reborn like the phoenix. It has arisen from its wait. No, it never died. How is it reborn? Whatever. Cool Water Reborn. I'll show you guys the presentation. We'll talk about the scent a little bit. Let's jump into it. So this one I bought from Macy's. It's running for $75 full retail, so not super expensive. And that's for this size bottle here, 4.2 ounce. 125 milliliters. Of course, with this being a Davidoff, I'd say you're probably gonna wait until this hits discounters, but we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go. Presentation time, let's check it out. Pretty much your standard Cool Water presentation here. On the front of the box, you have the name of the house, the name of the fragrance, the size and concentration. This one is an eau de toilette. Up top, the Davidoff logo. On one side, you have the ingredients, and on the other side, a bunch of information. Containing ingredients from natural origin? Oh yeah, 94%. I'm a clean fragrance. Vegan formula, formulated with naturally derived alcohol, crafted with responsibly sourced vetiver. All that right there, all that info for you on the side. On the back, it says the aromatic notes of rosemary, locally distilled at the harvest site in Tunisia, blend with the elegant sensuality of vetiver, responsibly sourced on the island of Haiti. And on the bottom, you've got your badge code 2066. And here's your bottle. Like I said before, your standard Cool Water bottle style. Nice gradient here, clear at the bottom, darker up top. Name of the house, name of the fragrance right there on the front, along with the concentration. On the bottom, a sticker with your badge code, and the cap slides into place. And I will waste a couple sprays for you guys. Here we go. Not a bad atomizer, and I can actually smell it. It is such a weird thing when overnight your sense of smell and taste just goes completely away. Weird. So Cool Water Reborn, how does it smell? Is it worth picking up at full retail? Again, $75 US for a 125 ml size bottle at Macy's. Well, is it worth it at retail? For me, that's gonna be a no. As I said before with most Davidoffs, you wanna wait, pick them up at discounters because typically they go for next to nothing at discounters, under $30 typically. And that's really where this one should be. Yeah, 75. So Davidoff has blessed us with a note breakdown that has 3 notes to it, which of course you all know I'm a huge fan of. Just plain I hate it. Seems lazy, comes across lazy. Some people think that it's very nice because it allows them to fill in the blanks and decide what the fragrance smells like without being guided by the hand with the note breakdown. For me though, I think it just comes across like they couldn't put in enough effort to really think about what does this fragrance convey? What does it smell like? What am I trying to get across here? So instead they just go with the bare bones minimum and they say, hey, perfumer, give me a top note, a mid note, and a base note to run with, and that's all we need, thanks. Because that is typically how it goes. When you do a fragrance, when you work with the perfumer, you'll get actually sometimes multiple note breakdowns where the perfumer will say, well, well, depending on how you want to market the fragrance, you could say it has this, or you could say it has this, or you could say it has this. And sometimes the note breakdowns actually will be quite different. When you smell the fragrance, you could really believe that it's either one of those. And I know that because perfumers have given me multiple note breakdowns for the exact same fragrance and said, you can use this one, you can use this one, or you can use this one. Just depends on what you want people to take from the fragrance. If you prefer them to think of it as this, use that note breakdown. If you prefer them to think of it like this, use that one. So there's a little bit of this like magic behind the scenes where the perfumers are kind of deciding, okay, this is what I'm trying to get across, is what I'm trying to say. And when a house comes out with a fragrance and they hit you with just 3 notes, it just comes across to me, and I've harped on this ad nauseum, so I'm sorry, I know I'm repeating myself, but it comes across as lazy. So anyway, Cool Water Reborn. When I very first sprayed this thing on, the first thing I thought of actually was Dior Sauvage. I know, it's like something that you go to every time you smell something that's got a bunch of ambroxan in it, but that's what happened. And it's the same thing with Cool Water Parfum, but I will say Cool Water Parfum overall is much closer to Dior Sauvage than Cool Water Reborn is. And I would say that for the majority of people out there, Cool Water Parfum is gonna be a better buy for you, more versatile, more people pleasing, easier to wear, maybe less unique because it is more similar to Dior Sauvage, but yeah. So Cool Water Reborn, I thought a little bit of Dior Sauvage, but that's mainly because of the ambroxan in here and the way that it's used. It has kind of an aquatic smell when you first spray this on. Not a surprise, it's a cool water fragrance. The aquatic feel to this one though is on the green side. Yeah, it's a little bit bitter, it's herbal, and I would say for a lot of people, it's gonna be potentially divisive, interestingly enough. At least as divisive as a cool water scent can get. Now with that idea, you may think, well, this is Cool Water Reborn, right? This is the original Cool Water, but modernized. And then the name makes sense. But it's not super close to the original Cool Water. It's not close to that green Irish tweed type of scent profile that one has. This one is, as I said, a bit bitter. So the way the green facets come across in the opening with that ambroxan and that aquatic feel just doesn't work together as well for me. There's a tinge of sweetness here, but not a whole lot. It leans more into the aromatic side of things. As it dries down, it has vetiver in the base, as they allude to on the side and the back of the box, but not really a great vetiver note. It's not one that's going to go down in the annals of history as being one of the best of the best. It's just a forgettable kind of modern throwaway vetiver to me. Not too much character to it, I guess you could say. Now, as I've talked about a number of times, I like green facets and fragrances. I dig that. This one I don't think is accomplished in an all that great way, personally. It's almost like the definition of a fragrance that I would consider as okay. It's that fragrance that sits right in the 3 out of 5 range, 2.5 out of 5, something that is going to appeal to some people and not appeal to others. And most people are just gonna go, eh. That's how it comes across to me. I'm not very excited about it. I think Cool Water Parfum is better. I know that Cool Water Parfum is not as interesting, some people would say, because of that Sauvage connection that Parfum has. But overall, I think it's a better scent than Reborn. Not that Reborn is terrible, just Reborn. It's gonna be more of a spring, summertime fragrance, not a big surprise there. More of a daytime fragrance than an evening fragrance. Good casual scent. You could wear it to the office, but I think there are better options out there. Performance-wise, it's possible that my nose is still wonked out, and as the fragrance dries down and kind of softens, that I can't pick it up as well. That's entirely possible. I am still kind of coming back to life in terms of my olfactive sense here. But yeah, performance-wise, it seems to be middling. It'll stay on your skin for 5 hours or so. It'll project decently through the opening and the first part of the mid, but it's nothing amazing. And of course, this one plays into what we've been seeing a lot of here lately, which is leaning into the fact that it doesn't use perfumer's alcohol, leaning into the fact that it's a vegan formula, that everything is sustainably sourced, etc., etc. It's almost like if you're not telling people that your fragrances are sustainably sourced, does it even count? So Cool Water Reborn, it's okay. It's nothing great. it's gonna be one of those fragrances that falls into the clearance bins and makes the occasional list for cheapies for springtime in the future. Once you can pick this up for like 25 bucks, at that point it becomes a much more attractive buy where you can splurge on it because it's not really much of a splurge. See if it works for you. If it does, awesome, cool. You find yourself a nice little cheapie. If it doesn't, who cares? It was a cheapie. All right, guys, I'm taking off. Stay safe out there. Keep those noses working. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.